Testosterone literally makes men men. It makes us stronger, faster, better looking, gives us some pretty special bedroom abilities too. Without it, we'd put on weight, we'd be miserable, we'd be fat. Testosterone literally even makes our bones denser. Now obviously in this society, in this emasculated society, we're meant to be led to believe that testosterone is bad, masculinity is bad, toxic masculinity and all this type of thing. Being a man is just a terrible thing. Wrong. That is wrong. Do not believe the media perceptions and what the media wants you to believe and all this type of thing. We're men, we need testosterone, and we should embrace our masculinity, because, you know, the cuckolding left-wing media doesn't have a clue, and don't let them force feed their opinions on you. So today what we're going to do is take a look at 5 ways that you can prevent the loss or increase your testosterone. Let's get it rolling. The first thing we can do to maximize our testosterone, make sure our testosterone production is at its peak, is by getting a good night's sleep. So that means going to bed at a reasonable time, 10 o'clock. Any later than 10 o'clock, really, in my book, you're putting your testosterone at serious risk. I'll tell you why. If you're not asleep by 11 o'clock, and I appreciate some people have jobs and things like that, but that you have to work late night and things like that. But generally speaking, the human body the human mind wants to be asleep by 11 o'clock. If it's not, it will start to go into a natural fight or flight mode. Testosterone is produced at night. And I'm going to pronounce this wrong, I always do. The endocrinone system, or whatever you call it, up here in your brain, releases its testosterone, produces its testosterone mainly at night, in your sleep. You need to get a good night's sleep. Be in bed by half 10, half 10, be asleep by 11. Nice 8 hours sleep, uninterrupted if possible. Bish bash bosh, you're waking up full of testosterone, ready to attack the day and ready to take down some of these left-wing cucks. On to the next tip. Now we're going to talk about something that I don't hear many people talking about these days, is things like laptops, anything that gives out heat and or Wi-Fi signal. Having that stuck on your lap all the time is no good for your testosterone production. Obviously, there's a rather important area that sits right here that is involved in testosterone production, as long as a number of other functions that involve some level of enjoyment when you're a man, or pleasing your significant other too. Having something hot radiating down in that area, I don't need to tell you, it's common sense, but again, people just take for granted. They'll just slap something down on there, generating loads of heat into it, generating loads of Wi-Fi signals, radiation. It's not good. Diet. Sort your diet out. You'll hear many people talking absolute nonsense that you need to eat lots and lots of fat in order to produce testosterone. Absolute garbage. You want to be eating a healthy, well-balanced, nutritious diet that is low in saturated fat, it is low in deep fat fried foods, and it is low in processed foods. Those are the killer, absolute killer. What you want to be doing, as I say, is eating a very well-balanced diet that is absolutely full of nutrition. Nutrition in is just going to have your body up and running and working, and you're going to be able to produce the most testosterone, build the most muscle, become the fastest version of yourself, the best version of yourself. We're men, we need a good diet, not McDonald's, not deep fat fried foods, nothing that's going to go in there and clog your system up, filth your system up, and stop your production of testosterone. Here's going to be a nice controversial one that no one wants to hear. Eating meat, drinking milk, full of hormones, normally full of female hormones, estrogen, especially milk. Surprise, surprise. Why do you think that's not going to be good for your testosterone production? Filling yourself with estrogen is obviously not good. Now, milk, even if you buy organic, it's going to be filled with estrogen. If you're not buying organic, it's going to be filled with even more estrogen. Ridiculous. Our friends over the pond in America, before they they had to really rein in how many hormones they were putting in their milk, because a lot of male children were actually starting to develop female breast tissue because of the milk. Hormones in milk, no good. Hormones full of meat as well. Livestock is just pumped full of all kinds of hormones. Now, whether that's estrogen or whether it's anything else, testosterone, hormones to make the muscles grow. We know what testosterone does, synthetic testosterone does to humans if we inject it or consume it. We're consuming it through our meat. And what that does, again, is will slowly stop your own natural production of testosterone when you're pumping unnatural hormones into your body. And you're consuming them without even realizing through milk and through meat. Just have a think about that. Another common one that everybody's coming in contact with is BPAs, which come from plastic. Now, let's just even disregard BPAs, which some plastics don't have or have less of. Just try and avoid plastics altogether, because BPAs, they'll leach into your system and they will prevent you from being able to produce testosterone to the required level, right? So whether that's a crappy bottle of water, do not leave a bottle of water out in the sun. You can prevent that. Now, what you don't know is if you're drinking a bottle of water, where it's come from. Has it been left out in the sun? Has it been in a warm warehouse? Yada, 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 yada. At some point, that bottle of water has probably been in a warm environment, and that water has been totally compromised and the plastic has leached right into it, all right? Now, don't use plastic things to microwave with, because that's going to go into your food. I don't have to state the obvious here. Plastic is the enemy. Avoid it at all costs, right? So this is a well-known scientific thing. You're not going to be told about it a lot, but plastic will reduce your testosterone, and you are consuming plastic all the time. Why the hell we're still using plastic in 2019, I do not know, but we are consuming foods, we are drinking drinks from plastic, and it is killing our testosterone levels. Now, stop doing it. Stress, the biggest killer of testosterone. Stress, in my opinion. Now, it's difficult to avoid stress, especially, you know, if you've got stressful home situations, stressful work situation, whatever it might be. You need to find ways to either eliminate, cut that stress out of your life, get a new job, sort your family life out, whatever it might be that's causing it, sort that stress out, right? Find ways to relax, find ways to chill out. Stress will kill not just your testosterone or your hormone production in general. It's just terrible for you. Cortisone levels go through the roof, which will harden in your arteries. Terrible for you altogether. If I could just give one piece of advice in this video, it is reduce your stress levels at all costs. Even if you don't feel stressed, try and lead a stress-free life. Try and eliminate stress wherever it is. Don't get stressed, don't get road rage, don't get this, don't get that. Just chill out, accept people for who they are, and just try and let it wash over you, over a duck's back. And if there's elements in your life that are causing you stress that you can't fix, then get rid of them. Simply get rid of them, because not only is it not good for your hormone productions, your testosterone, it is just not good for you. You will not live a very long life if you are under a lot of stress. Simple as that. Okay, penultimate way to reduce your to prevent reduction of testosterone: don't drink beer. Beer is absolutely terrible for your testosterone production. The hops in beer, testosterone killers. You know, I probably don't need to do this, but if you drink a lot of beer, you're going to have a nice, large beer gut. You're going to start to produce breasts, and the hops in beer is going to reduce your testosterone. It's just not a good look. Beer is absolutely terrible. It's seen as a man's drink, but actually what it's doing is actually emasculating you. Stop drinking beer. You know, ideally stop drinking or reduce the amount that you're drinking altogether. But if you can't stop drinking, or you enjoy a drink, then try and reduce the beer, or just eliminate beer drinking altogether, because beer drinking is no good for male testosterone production. Let's end on this. Steroids. Injecting synthetic hormones, synthetic testosterone into your body shuts it down altogether. Of this list, it's obviously the most extreme, and it's not one that you're going to accidentally have ingested into your body. Steroids will kill your testosterone production. Dead, flat. While you're on it, you are not producing any testosterone. You'll be producing less testosterone than your great granddad would be if he was still alive. now sort of 100 years old or whatever. And then when you come off of testosterone, steroids, people are like, oh no, it'll come back. Take a PCT, pre-cycle therapy or whatever, and it will come back. It's a gamble. And if it does come back, it won't come back as it was before. You won't come back to your full strength of producing your testosterone as you were before. And you run the risk, the very, very real risk of it never coming back whatsoever, it just being completely dead for the rest of your life. Steroids are the number one worst, most ridiculously stupid thing you could possibly do if you want to be able to produce testosterone naturally for the rest of your life, which if you're a male, of course you do, and if you don't, then you need to have a serious word with yourself and stop listening to the left-wing media and all the rest of it. You're a male, you should be producing testosterone, you should embrace that, you should be happy with that, you should be happy in your own skin. Guys, that is it for today's video. A little bit off kilter, but as runners or athletes, we need as males to have testosterone in order to perform to the best of our abilities. We need it to be happy. It's part of our biological makeup. You know, we're males, we need testosterone in order to be motivated, happy and healthy. It's simple as that. You know, it is the male life force. We need it, we should embrace it, and we shouldn't be made to feel guilty for having it or being male at all. Now that is it, that's my take on the situation anyway. If you want to see more videos like this, or got any video suggestions what you want to see, of course you can leave them down in the comments down below. If you've got tips for how to prevent the reduction of testosterone, blast those down below as well. Guys, as always, I'd love to hear from you. Please like, share, subscribe, wide. You know what to do by now. Keep it rolling.